It's your favorite curmudgeon with the 49% mandate monitor.
One of your biggest tools as a magician is misdirection. But it's not enough to make someone look away. You have to give them something else to look at.
It works in magic, and it works in MAGA land. Mar-a-Lago Houdini is a master of misdirecting us as part of his effort to plunder the federal budget. He knows how to tell a story.
We will end inflation and make America affordable again. We're going to get the prices down. We have to get them down. It's too much. Groceries, cars, everything. We're going to get the prices down.
But prices will come down. You just watch. They'll come down, and they'll come down fast, not only with insurance, with everything.
No. We are seeing some results, some outputs, just not the ones he promised. Today, the Bureau of Labor Statistics is reporting that contrary to Donald Trump's many daily promises, inflation is actually up by 3% in what was the fastest monthly increase in a year and a half.
The ultimate misdirection, his patter claiming he'll bring an end to federal deficits. It's been a part of his magic act for years.
I will bring our energy companies back. They'll be able to compete. They'll make money. They'll pay off our national debt. We're going to start paying down debt. I'd like to pay off debt.
Never mind that he actually increased the national debt more than any president in history during his first term. Never mind the fact that he can't even balance the budget of the casinos that he bankrupted. His patter is still, Trump will balance the budget. Just last Sunday on Meet the Press, his Commerce Secretary said it again.
I think it's important for people to realize that we run $2 trillion deficits, and Donald Trump is going to try to balance the budget of the United States of America.
In the Atlantic magazine, Noah Berlatsky says this: Trump has said so much nonsense about the budget and priorities that it's difficult to summarize. But the central contradiction is that he has said he wants to do three incompatible things: balance the budget, extend the tax cuts from his first term that benefit the wealthy, keep Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid fully funded. Doing all of these simply isn't possible. You can't slash revenue by trillions, refuse to cut the biggest items in the budget, and eliminate the deficit. The numbers simply don't add up. The Trump budget reality? Adding $2.8 trillion to the federal debt over the next decade. The Doge Chainsaw Massacre is misdirection. Those highly publicized cuts amount to a rounding error in the multi-trillion-dollar federal budget. What Trump is doing and what Musk is doing, and they hope we do not see, cutting taxes by trillions for Trump, Musk, and their billionaire buddies, adding to the national debt, and privatizing as much of the federal government as they can so the billionaires can wet their beaks on the flow of trillions of federal tax dollars. If Trump wants to balance the budget, he has to go where the money is. The Doge bags are looking at just 15% of federal spending, at least for now. Cut that spending in half and the debt continues to grow. But the damage that it causes. That 15% funds vital services, among them safe food inspections, child nutrition programs, the FBI, medical research, cancer cures, Alzheimer's, bird flu vaccines, among the efforts. The ability of the IRS to catch high-income tax cheats, the Veterans Administration's many programs supporting the physical and mental health of our veterans, protecting consumers from getting screwed by banks and insurance companies, the FAA, including already understaffed flight controllers, repairing the federal highways and bridges, safeguarding our nuclear weapons, the Weather Bureau. Wouldn't it be nice to know when there's a threat of hurricanes or tornadoes? Fighting wildfires, natural disaster relief, something that grows every year thanks to climate change. Keeping our national parks and forests open. The space program. But you know, it's strange. They aren't touching the billions in the space program that goes directly to Musk's SpaceX company. The list does go on and on and on and on. The 15% does a lot for every American.
Remember, a big action always covers a little action. If you don't want someone to notice what you're doing with your right hand, do something more dramatic with your left hand. That's what wands are good for, big dramatic gestures, things like that. In fact, it's one of the key reasons magicians use flourishes, which we're going to show you today. Your biggest asset, though, as a magician, is your ability to tell a story. Remember, if your audience is captivated and really engaged in what it is you're saying, they're not going to have time to follow your hands. Remember, make the sneaky moments insignificant and make the insignificant moments as memorable as possible.
Misdirection, another word for lying, another word for Trump.